How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to make a video giving everybody an update of what's happening out here in Arkansas. And yeah, let's just go around the property a little bit and talk about a couple different things. So at work, we got a lot of pallets, and fortunately enough, I asked if I could have some, and they were very gracious in allowing us to take some back to the house here. What we want to do is put a pallet or two down and make a little trash bin. We haul our trash to the dump, and we try to take about 1,000 pounds at a time. And so we want to create an area for the trash instead of just leaving this here, which is an accumulation of trash that I've picked on my property from before we moved here, and house trash. I think I'm going to put it right there behind the two-car, little garage there. But you know, spring is coming out, and I don't know if you could notice it, but there's like a green hue starting to develop on the trees here, and that's from all the trees budding, apparently. I don't know, I don't see it, but you could kind of see it when you look at the big picture, but when you look up close, there's really not much you can notice. I don't know. But yeah, let's go talk about something I discovered recently here in the back of the house. All right, guys. So I discovered that this tree is a cherry tree, and I discovered that because I found something on the ground which seems to have blown away now. But there was like a tag. I don't see it at the moment, but there was a tag on this. And so that's great. Cherries. Cherries is good. I like cherries. Something we could eat. And it seems to be nice and healthy, but on closer inspections, it looks like this tree has kind of had it rough. I don't know if you could see that, but it looks like the inner tree is exposed. Some of the bark is rubbed off. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I got some shoots coming in down here. We're gonna have to prune this tree, but I want to see if that's gonna be okay. So hopefully somebody out there on the internet will know how good or bad that is. The tree seems to be doing okay, but I wonder if deer or something are rubbing up against it. So my brother's coming out. He's got a YouTube channel. He talks about this sort of thing, and he's got a lot of information when it comes to like pruning trees and stuff. So I'll put a little pop-up in the top of the screen over here. Link it in the description. If you guys are interested and you found my channel because of this sort of information, then that's one of the sources that I go to. But yeah, excited to see what happens with this tree. Apparently I have a few trees on the fruit trees on the property. That being another one. Not sure what that is yet. Hopefully once the growth continues and get a little bit more to photograph, I have an app that will help me identify some of these trees. So looking forward to doing that. But yeah, this tree is on the lean, so I'm not really sure what to do with this thing. You can see that the previous owner or somebody tried tying something on the tree and it's just choked itself out. Try to get you focused in right here. It's hard for me to see because the sun's behind me. I can't tell if you're getting focused. So, not too sure what to do with all this, but I'll get some answers here after this video, I'm sure. Leave comments below if you are one of those people that could help me with these sort of problems. If you need more still shots, or to identify leaves, if you want like specific pictures of leaves or whatever, let me know in the comments and I'll start doing that in my videos. Let's go look around at some other things. So apparently this is another fruit tree. Oh, maybe this is the Maybe this is the cherry tree. Could have sworn this was on the other one. I wonder if the wind blew it over here, but why would it have been just literally right here? So maybe this is the cherry tree. Maybe they're both cherry trees. If this is the cherry tree, I wonder what kind of tree that is. So this is a beta or a bada bing cherry tree. I don't even know. We're just gonna leave this right here for now. Perhaps this is the cherry tree. I know so much about trees. You guys should listen to every word I tell you when it comes to trees and stuff. Oh, this one also has damage. I wonder, like if the trunk when it was young got almost died or something. Gosh, are you gonna focus? Yeah. I'm really concerned actually with most of the trees on my property. Maybe not most, a ton of them. I don't know if I have a healthy forest or not. And I'd like to show you what I'm talking about. So let's go for a walk. While I'm here, let's go ahead and talk about what's happening. I also discovered that these are blueberry bushes. You see the tag down there. And they're all blueberry bushes. And apparently they're blueberry bushes around the front too. Now the owner told me he did plant blueberry bushes, but they have never yielded blueberries. So I'm curious on what I can do to the soil. Can you read that? What you can do with the soil to help them. I wonder if I have to get like a soil sample done to determine if there's too much nitrogen or too much acid or whatever. There's a couple of blueberries up here as well. Now one of them seems to have died, but a couple of them are growing. So you can see some green leaves on this. This one's also doing really well. This one does not seem to be growing anything at all, so that could be dead. And this one's also growing. I don't know what kind of bushes they are. Supposedly they're blueberry bushes, but not too sure. Yeah, so this is just a clear spot in the ground. I just kind of want to show this to you guys. This is roughly the soil or ground type that I have here. We got this obsidian-like crystal rock. Aries right here likes to grab rocks, just hold on to them. We don't know what that's about. She sucks on them or licks them, or who knows. Maybe she's getting minerals out of it. Let's see here. So this was on a tree. This is a Duke blueberry, so probably came off the bush by the house. We'll pocket that. So yeah, let's just look at some of these trees here. Look at this one. This one's obviously dead. But why did it die? Right? I mean, the bark is damaged. Who knows how long it's been dead here? Don't know. But you can see this double tree next to it. Looks like it's going to be a nice healthy tree. But then there's like a hole in the bottom there. And there's holes being drilled into it, probably by woodpeckers. And I think this is just damaging the tree. I want to show you some more examples, but I'm going to have to go put on some shoes. Be right back. Alright, so there is a lot of down trees on the property, and that's probably very normal for a forest, you know, as trees grow up and bigger trees suck the life out of them, take all the sun. But you can tell this is another tree that's been destroyed. It never really got too big, it died. And It's probably from all the woodpeckers. You know, trees like this one leaning up against this big tree looks like it was just kind of absorbed by the big tree. There's a lot of that. There's another one, look. This big tree's got like a dead branch, completely dead branch right there. It looks like limbs fall and they get trapped into the tree and they become hazards. This tree right here, it's just on the lean. It's like leaning for sure. And it's healthy and it's been that way for a long time. You can tell because the branches grow up, straight up. And they're trying to get to the sun, obviously. Look, there's another double tree right there. And that little tree is now dead because the big trees just absorbed it. The tree right behind it is leaning right here. And that's like the common, that's like the common, look at that big tree, it died. I mean, just everywhere you look, everywhere. There's just dead trees. This one's completely dead. That tree must have been massive. Okay, let's go find some more trees that I've already recognized that seem to have a problem. Oh, here's a good example. Look at the bottom of that tree. That can't be good, which means I'm going to lose that tree as well. What is that from? I have no clue. This one's surely gonna die. Obviously, it looks like the woodpecker's been on this one this year. That's fresh wood chips right there. And it looks like it happened before and the tree's trying to heal. Now, I wonder if it's getting in there trying to get termites or whatever. But there's something wrong with the bark. It's like flaking off. That feels sort of powdery. It is, look. So I don't know what that is. If that's probably a different species of tree than that one, being that it's so wide, or maybe this one is diseased. I recently watched a show on how to forensically read your land, and pretty interesting. So there was obviously like a windstorm or something, and you can see all these mounds, right? You can see all these mounds on my property. And but those mounds are basically trees that were blown over at some point. And you get a mound, and then you get a hole next to it where the roots ripped up. And I probably have this problem because I'm on a hillside, right? Thinking that the roots can't really go that deep. So you get all these trees that blow over. And there must have been a huge windstorm at some point that blew all this stuff over. I mean, look at all those mounds. And so they'll fall over one direction, and the direction I'm facing right now is an easterly direction. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to say a southeasterly direction. So there must have been a storm. All these trees right here that are down fall in the same direction, in this general direction, that matches up with these root systems getting pulled up. That's the tree. So the wind was being blown that way. This tree almost fell over, or decided to continue to live. Walking down this hill. So at some point there was a huge storm. I bet you if I looked up the history, I'd find the actual storm that actually caused all these trees to fall over. That tree broke, but that one's on the serious lane. Jesus, what causes that? I'm literally gonna Google it when I go back inside. You know, it's probably dangerous to walk under this stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really look like a healthy forest. We got this tree that fell over. It got lodged between those two trees. That weight of that tree here probably caused this one to bend over. Just gonna keep investigating. It's my neighbor. She didn't see me. Let's go walk in the trench down here. Now we're still on my property, so when it rains a lot, this takes a lot of water. This path right here. Let's get down in here. You could tell that there's been recent water that's flooded through here. I'm thinking about go ahead and cleaning this up. These trees have damaged my fence, so I need to come over here and fix that. Got some really beautiful white flower tree here. Wonder what that is. Got all these tangled up vines. Look at that's a good example. Look at that tree. I mean, it's dead now. It's just completely destroyed. I wonder if that caused it, if the vines that were on it caused it. You can see this vine system kind of going up here. Sorry for the light of the sun there, but hopefully the camera's adjusting. And it looks like it's yanking that tree down. And I will be coming through here and chopping the vines off the bottom where I see they come through. You know, like this vine right here, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it by chopping it. And I mean, that just can't be healthy for these trees. So I don't know what kind of vine it is, but I'm looking for trees, not vines. This tree looks completely destroyed. Just standing there. But down here it looks like that's fresh growth. So who knows if I could chop that down maybe and then let it start anew. But that tree got blown over in the same storm that we were just recently talking about a couple minutes ago. That tree was blown over in the same storm. Yeah. Why are they blowing over? It's because I think that they're unhealthy. The trees are unhealthy. So many blown over trees on that slope right there. Now this tree over here, blew down the other direction. And it's lodged. Let's go take a look at it. So this is a good example of what happens. The tree roots pull up a section of dirt. As the tree decomposes, the dirt will fall straight down and you'll have a mound. And there's going to be a hole here, and a lot of times trees will grow out of that mound from the same root system. But this tree fell. That big tree over here, that's on the lane now because of it. Ooh, big hole. You know, it's probably being pushed over because of the weight of this tree. So I need to cut that down as soon as possible, but now I'm thinking it's too late. This tree is now on the lane too much, and it's not gonna survive. And look, a branch broke off. Can you see that? I don't have the best camera, guys. The branch fell down, it's right there. I want to say that white stuff's a fungus, a wood fungus of some kind. Let's go take a look at some more stuff here. This little tree, it's damaged, it's dead. I mean, what's that from? How come that one died? Maybe not enough sunlight? You know, maybe this big tree, these trees in the summertime kind of overshadow it. and it doesn't get enough light. It's a possibility. I've actually never been over here yet on my property. This kind of leads up to the neighbor's house. What's cool though, as the rains come through here, and it rains a lot, these little water paths start to form. And it's like it cleans the leaves right from it. There must have been a nice flow of water coming down here from this side of the hill here. Maybe it's hard to see on camera, but wherever there's like a clearing of leaves, that's from water paths. Yeah. Looks like this whole section of trees here on my property dead. These trees don't look too healthy. Look at this big one. This one right here. Look at that. It's got like dying tree branches and stuff. This one too. This one has branches that are just kind of falling apart. I wonder if there's a way to get somebody out here to see to rate the health of my trees here. I'd like to cut down any trees that are causing problems. This tree looks alive right here, this one, but it has like this vine on it that's going all the way up. Maybe that vine is killing it. Gosh, I'm not gonna be able to show you, am I? Let's start from here. See these things? I wonder if those are roots, if these are actual roots, or if they're just there to grab onto the tree. Maybe if I chop it off this tree, if it will eventually die. But look at the damage the trunk has taken. I bet you it's all from the woodpecker. Yeah. There's another branch that the tree is kind of like, let's see, decided to, I guess, just take over. That's interesting, isn't it? Look at that. Let's get this autofocus going on here. It must have just completely stopped. Look at this hole right here. Oh my goodness. Is there something living in there? You guys go in there. I ain't going in there. Once I get my samurai all built up, I could drive over here and maybe pull like a little off-road trailer or something and start cleaning some of this up. I bet you I was too zoomed in for that. All right, so let's go ahead and walk up here. A big old tree. This is okay. You see this mound right here? You might not be able to see it, but you might be able to. That was a tree that blew over at some point. And then the roots biodegraded and left this hill here. And it does look like there's a hole there, so that could be that a tree at some point blew this direction and disintegrated. You can see a bunch of trees here blew over, probably during that same storm. Yeah. That's a big tangled mess. Actually, these two things right here are vines. It's probably the vines killing these trees, huh? That looks like a healthy tree. In fact, it's already going green. I wonder what kind of tree that is. It's obviously a different tree to have those leaves, unless it's the only healthy tree on my property. And to be honest, I looked at this property after all the leaves had fallen. So I don't know if any of these are good, but there's leaves on the ground, so that tells me there is some. Hey, there's a white rock here. I wonder what kind of mineral that is. Saltpeter, perhaps? Yeah. Check this out. I hope there's no poison oak around here, and there probably is. Yeah, there's definitely an invasive species here. big mound right here. All right, we're coming up to the property line here. That's my neighbor's house, so I'm not gonna record their house too much. But there's like an old property line, or it looks like actually what it looks like is that they cleared their land and threw all the rock here. So that could have happened. Maybe the guy before us, before this guy and me, that he owned all this property and he probably cleared all that out and made a little rock dump here. Sometimes when land is used as farmland, as they clear the rock, and then as time goes on, as they farm, little tiny rocks get pushed up through the soil. So this is probably maybe this is evidence of there being a little farm here some point in the past. And he's got a nice big open clearing over here, and that might have been the case there too. So the power pole runs right through here. So my property is going to run straight that direction. So again, looking at the various down trees. Now we upset the neighbor's dog, so we're gonna start our retreat here. I might have to talk to my neighbor since his dog's over here, so I'm gonna stop recording for a minute. This big tree fell. It looked like it fell from this little this trunk right here. That probably got hit by lightning, if you ask me. Yeah, it looked like it caught fire at some point. See in there? Probably got struck by lightning, rotted out from the inside out. Oh, it's like a bird that could eat my dog. Yeah, it looks like there's an animal path or a water path of some kind down here. Yeah, my neighbor's got a nice, beautiful little pond, lake. They got canoes and stuff. We'll walk down there. I'll get you a good shot of it. But yeah, so you can see the state of the forest here. That tree's got a split in it. Let's go take a look at it. It's got a hole and a split. What's that from? You know, it makes me wonder if these trees are going to survive. That's a completely different tree than I've seen so far. So, a little water path that come through here. All these little tributaries to this to the stream down here. It all feeds that guy's pond. You know, I might end up putting a dam here and making my own pond out of this water collection area. Just put all this underwater. There'll just be a double pond. Let's walk down this way here. I'd like to get it a little a dog's not used to people walking over by his property, so he's really protected. Let's come over here. Once I get some a rain suit or whatever, I'm gonna come down here and watch this stream flow, because it flows a lot. It washed out our road. All right, here's the property line. So this is the south side of our fence here, and so it runs north and south. So I mean, not south. This is the south fence, so it runs east to west. But you could see their pond right here, which is really amazing. My tree here at some point fell and damaged it, so I'll come back here and repair it at some point, especially after I get my little vehicle working. I'm probably gonna lose this big tree right here as the water washes away its roots and stuff. Let's take a look at this. So this is a nice sized creek after it rains. It flows for quite some time. Yeah. Kind of flows, huh? Probably gonna fall and break my ankle right here in the wet water. Okay. It's probably a long video, guys. I don't really want to edit too much because I really just want to get a video up. That's a nice shot of their pond. It's really hard to walk through over there, so let's just kind of head back towards the house here, and I'll show you some other trees that have me concerned. Okay, I walked about 10 steps and seen this guy right here. It's been dead for a while, but why did it die? I think something's taken the bark off of these trees, and once you do that, trees can't survive. In fact, a good way to kill a tree over the period of time where animals and stuff could then take over the tree as like a place to live is to strip the bark around it, you know, like a 1 foot strip. I seen the Wrangler Star talking about that. If you don't know who he is, he's a YouTuber, and I'll link to his channel just because I mentioned him. He doesn't know me, he doesn't owe nothing, I don't know him, but it's one of the channels that I watch, so I seen him talking about that on this channel. This tree right here has got a vine growing up it. Makes me wonder if that's gonna kill this tree eventually. Ooh, here's a good one to go talk about. Let's walk over here. All right, so this was blown over by a storm. Now it's pointing westbound. It happened to a tree before it too. But look, it's still alive. But the bark is all gone. Maybe it's not, but it kind of looks that way. Still growing. But it can't be healthy for this thing to be like this, so I'll probably clean this up. Unfortunately, I don't like to cut down trees unless I have to. There's another tree that's dead. Just standing there. You know, and maybe after the spring and the leaves really start to pop up, I'll know what's alive and what's dead. Man, but there's trees everywhere. Down. You could see them. I don't have to point. I do have some nice trees on the property. Look at that guy right there. That's tall. Now we're walking up the stream that my pond would feed if my pond wasn't there. Which, if I haven't mentioned and I can't find the clip to put in this, is leaking water. It doesn't hold water. So, there's a group of trees there that are gone. During the storms, I got about 4 feet of water in there. 3 days later, it's down, it's gone. So it doesn't hold any water. Something happened where it was holding water, and now it's not. We got a nice big tree right here. Big old vine growing up there. It's probably just strangling it. But look at this, man. There's a big old hole in the trunk. I don't get it. If anybody knows, feel free to talk about it. I mean, this tree's pretty much dead if you ask me. I mean, the hole inside is gone there. You can't really tell because I don't have the light to show you, but it's gone. All these trees leaning over, putting out good branches. We got widowmakers hanging from the trees here. This tree is about to die if it's not dead already. Oh, it's dead already. Woodpecker's getting into it. It looks like maybe that fungus is over here too. That looks like a little bit of fungus. Who knows? Oh yeah, let me show you this feature. All right, we got a nice big tree here. Don't know if it's alive or dead, but it's got like a cancerous growth right here. Maybe they're branches that it's just trying to reconsume. But there's a tree over here that's got a huge one. But I got all these little streams and tributaries to that big place down there. So if I end up wanting my own little water down there, I'm gonna have to build a big old dam. But at least I'll have a little big stream, pond, lake thing that is replenished by all these tributaries. Nice little clearing in the land. You can see the freight container over there. Walking uphill now. Remember that storm we talked about? Well, all these trees blew over in that same storm. I bet you anything. We'll call it the storm before Daryl arrived. That one blew over and broke. These are falling in the same direction. That's going southeast. All these trees, you could see all the trees that blew over that year. Again, in the forest, if you see a hole and then a mound, that's because a tree blew over. Fortunately for me, you can still see the tree there. It's a nice open spot. It's a cool looking tree. Check this out. The tree branches are going straight up like there's 3 different trunks. It split, pulled the center of itself right out of the tree, but there was enough left over that it's healed itself and it spawned 3 trees. That's crazy. Hey, we should name this tree so we know where it is on the property, and I'll mark it on my property on the map so you guys know where I'm talking about. So if I'm ever like, I'm south of, you know, the pointing tree or whatever, come up with some names. Look at this one too. This one fell and there was enough root system that it's produced multiple trees out of itself. Trip out. Look at that. I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's nice to get out here and walk along my property, but Hey, look at, there's still trash I need to pick up. Why does this happen? What in the world is this thing? It's crazy. All right, everybody, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here. Who knows how long it is, but there was a lot to look at on my property, and that was just, we only looked around the perimeter of the south side of my property, cutting short. So there's a lot of property to examine. All right, everybody, well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here. Who knows how many minutes the video is. And just to give you an example, all of what we just looked at right now was just the perimeter of half or 1/4 of my property. And so there's a lot of woods to discover and to go through and try to find out what's causing this problem and clean up vines and, you know, make a healthier forest. I don't want to strip, you know, all the little trees away to burn or whatever and clear out. I'd rather them just die in place and then refuel the ecosystem. But nonetheless, it does feel like my forest is kind of, you know, not so healthy. But we'll see, because in the springtime it could change. Everything could be green, and who knows. But I just wanted to get a quick video out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.